As we return on America's Forum, we continue our conversation now with Michael Reagan. Michael, let's turn our attention to Iraq. And I don't know if you call this revisionist history or just a genuine memoir, but former Defense Secretary Leon Panetta has come out publicly with some comments about just what has transpired in Iraq and the way in which we left that nation without a status of forces agreement. The former secretary writes, "My fear, as I voiced to the president and others, was that if the country split apart or slid back into the violence we'd seen in the years immediately following, it could become a new haven for terrorists to plot attacks against the U.S. I privately and publicly advocated for a residual force that could provide training and security for Iraq's military." Leon Panetta, quoted there in Time. Is this revisionist history from Mr. Panetta, or is this an accurate account, or is it yet another person directing blame at this commander-in-chief?
Well, also in his book, you might say, he also talked about Syria and the red line, and the fact that the President of the United States, putting a red line in Syria, Syria crosses the red line, America does nothing. And he talked about in that book about the fact that we lost a lot of respect around the globe because we didn't do anything after the chemical weapons situation and the red line. No, Leon Panetta, is right in what he says, and what you're learning is that the President of the United States was tone deaf when it came to Iraq. He ran a campaign for president saying he was going to take everybody out of Iraq. He was going to end the war in Iraq. He was going to bring everybody home. And he's been on a mission to do that. Come hell or high water, that's what he was going to do. And when you're President of the United States, you have to make changes when you get more information. And he never made the changes, even though Hillary Clinton went to him, the Secretary of State, Leon Panetta, and generals. I played golf with a general the other day, with generals who went to the President of the United States telling him what would happen if indeed he did that. If we would listen to George W. Bush's talk back in 2007, said the same thing. He was just tone deaf. He was not going to have it any other way. The President of the United States believes he's the smartest man in the room, and he treats everybody else like they're just underlings and they don't have anything to say to him. He knows what to do best, and we and the world are paying the price for that stubbornness, if you will.
Michael, you prefaced your remarks earlier talking about the day your dad was shot. And of course, we've had in the past couple of weeks all sorts of talk about the Secret Service, the intruder getting a lot further into the White House than we initially thought. It culminated in the resignation of the director of the Secret Service, Julia Pearson. Now, you've written a column on those breaches in terms of what happened and suggesting who should be the new head of the Secret Service. Tell us who you think it should be and why.
Yeah, they needed. Really, they need adult supervision. They need to put somebody in charge today that isn't a political correct appointee. This is what Julia Pearson absolutely was because of what happened in Colombia with the guys drinking, carousing, not paying hookers in Colombia a couple of years ago. They put a woman in charge. And the fact of the matter, she was a politically correct position that she was filling at that point in time. Remember where she came from. She used to work security at Disneyland. She wanted to make sure everybody was friendly. It's not about the Secret Service being friendly. It's about respectful of the people that you, in fact, protect. And those of us who are protected, in fact, respecting those people who are protecting us. They have a job to do. Their job isn't to be your friend. Their job is to protect that they're ordered to, in fact, do. And when you think after 2011, in 2001, and all the things we're facing with terrorism in the United States of America, you have, 6, 7, 8, 9 bullets hitting the White House in 2011, 16 jumpers, 6 this year. You would leave the front door to the White House open. It is absolutely unconscionable. And I will tell you, the Secret Service division that was there, and the people in charge of that division when my father was there, or when Clinton was there, or in some cases when Bush was there, are absolutely appalled at what is going on back in Washington, D.C. with the White House. And I think that does in some ways come from the top down. That in fact the president wants it a little bit more loose. He wants to be everybody's friend. Secret Service is not there to be your buddy. You know, I never ate dinner with a Secret Service agent for 8 years. We never went to the beach together. We never went and did playful things together. They protected my family. That's their job. They're not the good old boys. They're the guys who are sworn to give their lives to protect you. They need to be able to do their jobs and do it with adult supervision from the top, not a politically correct person in charge like there has been for the last couple of years.
And we'll have to leave it right there. Michael Reagan with a true insider's take on what actually should be going on with the Secret Service. Michael, as always, we appreciate your time. And we will continue here on America's Forum right after this on Newsmax TV.